Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly Connect. In this video, we are going to learn how to send automated thank you email for NGO donation receive. So I have an NGO and now I want that whenever I'm going to receive a donation via Razorpay for my NGO, automatically an ATG certificate should be sent to the donor along with a thank you email. So how we are going to automate this entire process? For this, we will have to set up a connection between Razorpay, Google Docs, Google Drive and Gmail in such a way that whenever a new donation will be received, automatically an ATG certificate will be generated for the donor, and then a thank you email will be sent along with the ATG certificate to that same donor through Gmail. And to learn this entire automation step by step without any coding or programming skills, let me take you all to my screen. In this video, we are going to learn how to send a thank you email to the donor along with the ATG certificate whenever we are going to receive a new donation via Razorpay. So here I am going to create this automation step by step by setting up a connection between Razorpay, Google Docs and Gmail, and that we are going to do without any coding or programming skills with the help of this amazing automation software Pabbly Connect. So this is the homepage of Pabbly Connect where we can reach by typing pabbly.com/connect. After coming here, we can find two options, sign in and sign up for free. If you are an existing user, you can directly click on sign in. But if you are a new user, you have to click on the sign up for free button to create your free new account. Also, when you will create your account, you will get 100 free tasks every month to explore this amazing software and to test multiple automations. Now, as an existing user, I'm directly clicking on sign in. This is the all app section where we can find all the products which are offered by Pabbly. To create this automation, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So let's click on access now. And it has taken us towards the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Now here on the dashboard, we can find all our workflows which we have created. And we can also create folders here to save our workflows. Now I'm going to create a new workflow by clicking on this create workflow option. And a dialog box will appear in front of us which is asking us to provide a name to this workflow. So first of all, let us provide a name over here. Send thank you email for donations received via Razorpay. After giving the name here, I'm going to select the folder in which I want to save this workflow. So I'm going to select email marketing automation folder, and now let's click on create. As we have done that, we can find that two windows are open in front of us. First is the trigger and the other is action. So what are trigger and actions? Trigger and actions are the two main concepts on which the entire automation runs. So basically, Pabbly Connect works on these two principles, trigger and action, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. That means the action is the response towards our trigger. So whatever we are going to select in our trigger is going to command the entire workflow, and the actions are going to follow that same command. Therefore, we can have only one trigger in any workflow, but we can have multiple actions as we want. Now let's suppose we are going to take Razorpay in our trigger and Gmail in our action, and we want that whenever a new donation will be received via Razorpay, automatically a thank you email should be sent to the donor through Gmail. So here our action is following what the trigger commands, because when the trigger happens, that means when the donation is received via Razorpay, then only the email is sent through Gmail, otherwise not. So after understanding the concept, let's start creating the workflow step by step. First of all, we will select our trigger application, and that is Razorpay. So let us select that. So trigger event is the event on the happening of which the workflow is going to trigger or start. So payment capture will be our trigger event over here, because we want that whenever a donation will be received, automatically the response should be captured over here, and with that response the workflow should get triggered. So as we have selected trigger event, we can find that a webbook URL is provided to us along with some instructions. So we need to follow these instructions step by step to connect our Razorpay account with Pabbly Connect. For that, first of all, let us copy this webbook URL, because it is going to act as a bridge for sending the data from Razorpay towards Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to take you towards my Razorpay dashboard, and you can find that I am working in test mode. Okay, so this is the dashboard of Razorpay. From the left side, we have to go towards account and settings option, and here we will find the option of webbooks. Let's select that. Now to create a new webbook, we have to click on this add new webbook button, and here we have to enter the URL which we have copied from Pabbly Connect. Now the most important step is to select active events. For this, we will go back towards Pabbly Connect, and it is given that you have to select payment captured from the active event section. So because our objective is that whenever the payment will be captured, the response should be sent to Pabbly Connect automatically. So payment capture will be active events. Let's click on create webbook button, and the webbook is saved successfully. So let's go back towards Pabbly Connect, and here it is showing waiting for webbook response. This means that now we have to do a test submission. How we are going to do that? By making a test payment for donation in Razorpay. So again, I'm going to take you back towards Razorpay account. We will go towards payment pages, and I've already created a payment page for my NGO Humanity Across Borders. I want that whenever I'm going to receive the donation from this page, I want to create a ATG certificate for the donor, and I want to send the same certificate to the donor through Gmail along with a thank you email. Now this is the page URL. Let us copy this, and I'm going to open it in a new tab, and the checkout page of Humanity Across Border is open in front of us. So we are going to make a test payment over here by entering all the test details, so that the response will be captured in Pabbly Connect. So here first of all I'm going to select the donation. So this donation is for NGO. I have selected that. Now here we have to enter the amount. So the customer has a choice to select their own amount for making the donation payment. So here I'm going to select, let's say, 2000 rupees. Now the next is the full name, email and phone number of the donor. So I'm going to enter just random details over here. First let's start with the full name. Let's start with the full name. I'm going to enter the name of the donor as, let's say the name of the donor is demo user. I'm going to enter a random email, demoUser45@pabblydudes.com, and here I'm going to enter a random phone number. Okay, now I'm going to click on pay 2000. Now it is asking us to select the payment mode. So I'm going to select card over here and I will enter the dummy card details to make a test payment. So let's start with the card number, expiry date, card holder's name and a random CVV. Okay, now let's click on pay now. I've entered a random OTP. Let's click on submit and here we can find that the payment is successful. So as soon as we have made the payment, let's go back towards Pabbly Connect and here we will wait for a few seconds and we can find that we have received the response. So in the response, we have received all the details related to the payment as well as the donor. So by using this response, now we are going to create ATG certificate for this donor. Okay, so now we have successfully built a connection with Razorpay, but here I want to set a condition in this workflow that only when I'm going to receive donations via Razorpay, then I want to create ATG certificate and send thank you email, otherwise not. And because we know that we are going to receive multiple payments via Razorpay for different purposes, therefore I'm going to set filter condition over here that only when I'm going to receive the payment for donation, then the workflow should continue, otherwise not. So for that, let's move towards our action step, and in our action application, we will simply select filter. So filter is an amazing feature by Pabbly which allows us to set conditions in our workflow. Here our action event will be filter values and let's click on connect. So as we have done that, we can find that here is a condition given. Now after doing this, we have to set a condition. For that we have to first of all select a label, a filter type and a filter value. So here I'm going to select the notes which we have received from payment. Payload, payment, entity, notes, donation. So I'm going to select the payment notes as label, and when the payment note will be equal to donation for NGO, then the workflow should continue. So here, because I have selected the label from my previous response, that means it has become dynamic now. So it is going to change with each and every new response, and the value for the label I have entered manually, so it is not going to change with each and every new response. So whenever we are going to receive a new payment from Razorpay, automatically the payment note will be replaced, and if the payment note will not be equal to this value, donation for an NGO, then the workflow will stop here only. Now let's test this condition by clicking on save and send test request button, and we can find that the condition is true. So because here our note is equal to donation for NGO, the condition is true, but in case if this condition will be false, then the workflow will stop here only. And now because the condition is true, let's move forward and we will create an ATG certificate for the donor now. So I have already created a template in Google Docs with a name as ATG new. This is a template which I am going to use in order to create multiple ATG certificates for different donors. You can find that I have entered some of the details in this particular template in curly braces. So the details which I have entered in curly braces are going to be replaced automatically with each and every new response. That means the name, email, date, receipt number, receipt date, mode of payment, etc. These details will be changed according to new donors. Okay, so in this way we are going to create multiple ATG certificates by using the same template. Now for creating the ATG certificate, we will now connect Google Docs with Pabbly Connect. So let's click on this add action step button, and in our action application we will select Google Docs. Let's select that. Now we have to select the action event, that will be create document from template. So because we are creating the document with the help of ATG template which we have created, this will be our action event. Let's click on connect, and now because I have already built a connection with Google Docs account, so I'm going to go with existing connection only. Let's click on save. And we can find that Google Docs is successfully connected with Pabbly Connect. So let's move further. Here we have to select the document which we want to use as the template. So the name of my template is ATG new, which is selected correctly over here. So let's move further. Next is the new document's name. What will be the name of the document which we want to create? So I'm creating ATG certificate for donor. Therefore, I'm going to give the name of the document as ATG certificate for, and now simply I will map the name of the donor which we have received from our earlier response. So mapping is inserting data from previous step. Here our previous step is given and here are all the details. So we want to map the name. Let's select that, and it is mapped automatically. So when we have mapped this name, it has become dynamic. So it is going to change with each and every new response. So whenever we want that data should get replaced automatically with every new response, in that field we generally map the data to automate the entire process. Okay. Now here we have to select new documents location. So I will simply select new post as the document location. Now here we have multiple details: date, donor name, donor code, donor email, donor name, etc. So all these fields are the same details which we have entered in our template in curly braces. So when we are going to map the data in these fields, automatically the data will be changed with each and every new response, and in this way we are going to automate the process of creating ATG certificates for each and every donor. Okay, so let's start with the date. Now here we can find that we have received the date and time of donation from Razorpay, but it is in the timestamp format. To change this format into a normal format, we will use date time formatter. So let's click on this add action step button in between, and we will use date time formatter as the action application. Let's select that. Now we have to select the action event. So because we want to format the date and time zone, let's select format date with time zone. Let's click on connect. So with the help of date time formatter, we can format the date and time according to the workflow requirements. Here we have to enter the date which we want to format. So let's simply map the date which we have received. So we have received the date in the timestamp format. Let's select that. And now we have to select the from format in which we have received the date. So we have received the date in the timestamp format. Let's select that. And now it is asking us to select the format in which we want the date. So I want the date in the simple format, that will be date, month and year format. I have selected that. Now it is asking us from time zone, that in which time zone we have received the date. So I will keep it same only because we are receiving it in timestamp. And now the next it is asking us to select the time zone in which we want the date. So I am going to select Asia, Kolkata over here. Okay, done. Let's click on save and send test request button. And now here we can find that we have received the response and the date is in the correct format. So let's move further. Now we will simply map this date in the given field. So let us map the date. Okay. Now the next it is asking us the donor name. So let's map the name of the donor, demo user. Here the next is donor code. So we have to give a unique code over here for each and every new donor. So we have received order ID from Razorpay and it will be different for each and every new donor. So we will simply map this order ID over here. Now the next is donor email. Let's map the email of the donor. Donor name, once again, let's map that. Amount. So here we have received the amount which we have received in the donation, but in the incorrect format. So if you remember that I have made the payment of 2000 in Razorpay, but here we can find that the amount which we have received is 2 lakhs. So 2 zeros are extra in this amount. So we have to remove these 2 zeros. So in Razorpay we receive 2 zeros extra in the amount. So to remove those 2 zeros, we have to apply number formatter over here. So let's click on this add action step button once again, and in the action application we will select number formatter. So with the help of number formatter, we can format the numbers. Okay, let's select action event. So our action event will be perform math operation. With the help of this math operation, we are going to divide the number with 100 so that we will be able to remove the extra 2 zeros. Okay, let's click on connect. And now after building the connection, first of all, we have to enter the number which we want to format. So this is the number which we have received. So this is the number, that means the amount, and along with the amount we also have to enter the number through which we want to perform math operation. So it is given in the example that let's suppose you want to add these two values, 100 plus 200. Then you have to enter them by using a comma. So you have to enter 100, a comma, and then 200. So after mapping the number, I will use a comma, and because I want to divide this number with 100, so I will simply enter 100 over here. And then you have to select operation which you want to perform. So we want to perform divide. Let's select that and let's click on save and send test request button. And here we can find that we have received the response. In the response, we have received the correct amount, 2000. So let's map the amount. Okay, so we have mapped the amount over here. Now the next is receipt number. So we want to change the receipt number also for each and every donor. So in this field as well, I'm going to map the order ID. Okay, now the next is receipt date. On which date we are creating this receipt. So we want to create this certificate or receipt on the date when we are receiving the donation. So we will simply map the date. So we will simply map the date. Which we have already formatted over here. Now the next is mode of payment. So we have also received the mode of payment. Over here. That is card. So we will map that, and now we have to enter the reference number. So because I have received this payment, this donation from Razorpay, so therefore in reference number field I'm going to enter, okay, RAZ underscore, and now I'm going to move towards the payment page, Humanity Across Borders, and I'm going to simply copy the ID of this page and I will enter it over here. So this will be my reference number, but you can definitely enter the reference number according to your requirements and according to your choice. Okay, now when I'm going to click on save and send test request button, we can find that we have received the response. And if we will scroll down, we can find that we have also received a document ID. This means that the document is created in Google Docs. So let's go and check. We will go back. And yes, here we can find that a new document is created with a name as ATG certificate for demo user. Let me open it and show you. So in this document, you can find that all the details are given correctly. Dear demo user, the amount is also given of 2000. Here is the receipt number, receipt date, mode of payment, card, reference number and the amount. Okay, this means that our workflow is successful up till now. So the ATG certificate is created. Now we want to send this certificate along with a thank you email to the donor. For that, first of all, we will have to get the PDF link of this document. So in order to do that, we will simply connect Google Drive with Pabbly Connect. Let's click on this Add Action Step button. And in our action application, this time we will select Google Drive. So with the help of Google Drive, we are going to make our document, make our ATG certificate shareable with a link. So let's select action event, that will be share file with anyone, and we will click on connect. So because I've already built a connection with my Google Drive account, I'm going to go with existing connection. If you want to create a new connection, then you have to click on this add new connection button and you will simply click on sign in with Google. Let's click on save. And we can find that here Google Drive is successfully connected with Pabbly Connect. So let's move further. It is asking us to select the file ID. So we have to make sure that we have to enter the file ID in such a way that it could change with each and every response. That means we have to keep the file ID dynamic. For that, we have to turn this mapping button on and we have to map the data by using our previous response. So I will simply remove the existing data from here. And now I'm going to map the document ID which we have received from Google Docs. Okay, done. Let's click on save and send test request button. And we can find that here we have received a response. In the response, it is given that now this file can be shared with anyone. And we can find that along with the response. And here we can also find there are multiple links available in the response. So among these links, we are going to use the PDF link in order to send PDF attachment in the thank you email. Okay, now we will move forward towards our final action step, that is to send thank you email to the donor along with the ATG certificate PDF. So let's click on this add action step button. And finally, we are going to connect Gmail with Pabbly Connect. So let us select Gmail over here. And now we have to select the action event, that will be send email. Let's click on connect. And now from the given options, I'm going to go with the existing connection only as I've already built a connection with my Gmail account. Okay, now let's click on save. And after building the connection, here we have to enter the details. First of all, let's start with the recipient email address. Here we have to enter the email address of the person to whom we want to send the email. We want to send this email to the donor and we have already received the email address of this donor in our earlier response. So let's simply map that. Done. Now the next is sender name, from which name you want to send this email. So I want to send this email with the name of my NGO, that is Humanity Across Borders. Okay, and because you can see that I have entered the name manually, so it is not going to change with each and every response. It will be same every time. So with the name of my NGO, I'm going to send email to all the donors. Okay, now the next is the email subject. We are sending a thank you email for the donation. So here I'm going to enter the subject as thank you for your valuable contribution. Now we will move towards email content type, that will be plain, and here we have to enter the email content. So what content you want to send to the donor? Here I will enter dear, and now to make this email customized, I'm going to simply map the name of the donor. Dear demo user, I'm going to enter the content as dear demo user, we would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude for your incredibly generous donation. Your support is greatly appreciated and will make a significant impact on our mission to help prevent and cure avoidable blindness and vision impairment in developing countries. As a token of our appreciation, please find attached your ATG certificate for tax exemption purpose. This certificate acknowledges your donation and allows you to claim tax benefits as per Indian income tax regulations. We are truly grateful for your support and commitment to our cause. Your contribution will help us continue your vital work and make a real difference in the lives of those we serve. Thank you once again for your kindness and generosity. We look forward to keeping you updated on our progress and the impact of your donation. Warm regards, Humanity Across Border. So this is a simple content which I have entered to send thank you email to my donors, but you can definitely customize the email according to your choice and requirements. Now after this, we will move forward, and here we are going to enter the file name and the attachment. So we have already received the file name in our Google Drive response. This is the file name ATG certificate for demo user. And now here we will map the link of the file. So we will simply map the PDF link which we have received from Google Drive of ATG certificate. So this is the PDF link. I will simply map that and done. Now let's click on save and send test request button. And we can find that in the response we have received the status as sent. This means the email is sent along with the ATG certificate. So let's go and check on the email which we have mapped whether the email is received or not. And yes, here we can find that we have received the email, and along with this email we have also received the ATG certificate in the PDF format. This means that our workflow is perfectly successful and it is running perfectly fine. So let's summarize what we have done here in the workflow. So we have taken very simple steps. We have connected Razorpay, Google Docs, Google Drive and Gmail in such a way that now whenever we are going to receive a new donation for our NGO via Razorpay, automatically an ATG certificate will be created for that donor through Google Docs, and automatically the certificate will be sent as a PDF along with a thank you email to the donor through Gmail. So in this way, you can very easily create this automation by setting up a simple connection between all these applications, and that too without any coding or programming skills with the help of Pabbly Connect. So this was it in this video. I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but you can integrate many other applications by using Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can directly reach out to us at support@pabbly.com. If you want to ask any query, you can reach out to us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you want to ask any pricing related issue, then you can directly reach out to the website given over here. Now, if you find this video helpful in any way, do not forget to share it with your friends. And also, please like our videos and subscribe our channel to learn more such automations.